Warning. This BHS TV episode was created during the coronavirus by television professionals. Students practice social distancing and follow the CDC guidelines and put the health of themselves and their peers first. Enjoy the show.
Hey Barrington, welcome back to another episode of BHS TV. I'm Ellie Sanchez.
And I'm Sam Cook. It's May 6th, and you're watching BHS TV.
Hey, what is up, everybody?
What's up, you guys?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Wow, it's great to see everyone.
Hey guys.
Yes.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey guys.
What up, y'all?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey guys.
Hi, guys. Is everybody here?
Hey guys.
What's up?
Hi.
Never during my time at BHS TV so far did I ever think we'd be doing a show this way, but here we are.
And we're off with another episode of BHS TV.
Let's do this.
Hey, what's up, guys? Guys. Hello?
I think we're late.
Hey, where's everyone else? Louie, we're late.
You're watching another episode of BHS TV Quarantine Edition with Annie Tifo, Finn Haight, Sahil Mittal, Maliha Amin, Chris Kaliko, Riley Trapp, Liv Elias, Chase Shirts, Mia Lumme, Dee Brewstis, Ellie Sanchez, Kate Kibe, Cassie Keaton, Jordan Janke, Persanth Madonna, Caroline Kaleko, Van Haney, Parker Henry,
Oliver Valskis, Sam Cook, Elizabeth Geraci, and Anna Hauk.
I don't know about you, but during quarantine I've had a lot of time on my hands to take up some new hobbies.
Me too. Let's send it over to Chef Oliver to teach us a little something we can learn at home.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cooking in Quarantine by Chef Oliver. I'm your host, Oliver Valskis, and I've got my trusty pan and spatula, but you won't be needing those today. All you need is 6 very simple ingredients and 25 minutes, and you'll be making yourself some tasty Nutella strawberry French toast roll-ups. Let's go.
All you'll need is 4 slices of white bread, 4 small scoops of Nutella, 2 strawberries, 1 egg, 5 teaspoons of granulated sugar, and 3 teaspoons of cinnamon. Start by cutting off the crust of the bread so they're perfectly square with no crust. Next, cover one end of each square with Nutella, making sure to spread up to the edges. Cut your strawberries in quarters and lay them on the Nutella. Then, roll them into roll-ups. Next, crack and whisk 1 egg into a small bowl. Then combine your cinnamon and sugar onto a plate and shake it around until it's mixed. Grease a pan and put it on medium-low heat. Then, dunk the roll-ups into the egg wash and roll them around in the cinnamon sugar until it's completely coated. Make 2 of these and cook them on the stove for around 4 minutes, making sure to flip them and rotate them every so often. Repeat for the last 2 and serve with maple syrup. You now have easy, delicious Nutella French toast for breakfast or a snack.
Wow, that's definitely a recipe that Coach Sanchez would love to try.
I know that Chase won't be reviewing Bronco football highlights, but let's take a look at some new movies and TV shows that we can binge watch.
I'm Chase Shirts.
Kylie McKee.
No.
Yes,
Just
I
what
am. That? What was how was that bad?
Kylie McKee.
Kylie McKee. What do you say? Kylie McKee.
Hello, BHS. Welcome back to 238 Reviews. We're still in our basement, but we're making the best of it. I'm here with my family again. This is Kylie.
I'm supposed to say my name, Kylie McKee. Ellie.
There's not much else to say. Roll the intro. Alright, so I'm going to be reviewing The Social Network. The Social Network is a show that was is a movie that was released in 2010, and it basically follows the story of Mark Zuckerberg and how he created Facebook. I actually thought that was going to be a really boring movie because it sounds pretty boring, but it's actually really interesting and turned out to be really funny. It stars a lot of like really famous people. It has Justin Timberlake in it, Andrew Garfield, and it was really funny, and I really liked it. Here's a clip.
ASAP. Mark! Mark!
He's wired in.
Sorry?
He's wired in.
Is he?
Yes.
How about now? You still wired in?
Security.
You issued 24 million new shares of stock.
You were told that if new investors
How
came
much
along...
were your shares diluted? How much were his?
What was Mr. Zuckerberg's ownership share diluted down to?
It wasn't.
What was Mr. Moskowitz's ownership share diluted down to?
It wasn't.
What was Sean Parker's ownership share diluted down to?
It wasn't.
What was Peter Thiel's ownership share diluted down to?
It wasn't.
And what was your ownership share diluted down to?
0.03%.
And then I would rate this movie a 9 out of 10. Yeah. Yo!
Yo, yeet! Okay, hi. I'm gonna be reviewing All American. It's a show based on California. It's based on California? It's based on California. Okay, I'm gonna be reviewing a show. It's called All American. It's on Netflix, and the main character is Spencer James, and he lives in the hood, and then he gets an offer to go live in, I think, Beverly Hills, and he goes to this high school, Beverly Hill Highs, and it's a very rich community, and the football team is struggling, and they haven't been doing good. But he slowly figures out there's a lot of drama between his family and the family he lives with now, and it's a really good show. Review the tape or whatever. Roll the tape. I don't know. Oh, roll the clip.
Change the play at the line of scrimmage.
Okay, I will be rating this. I think it's a 10 out of 10.
Okay, so I'm gonna be rating a show called The Push, and it's on Netflix, and it is basically a social experiment about where they hired actors, and everybody's an actor except for one person, and they try to see if they can manipulate this one person into doing different things throughout the show, to the point of actually pushing somebody off a building, committing murder. Nobody gets hurt or anything, everybody's safe, but they just it's like a social experiment to see if they can manipulate one person and see how far they can take it. That's kind of how I would explain it without ruining it, but I would very much recommend it. It's very good, and it's very suspenseful, and also really funny. So here's a clip.
Here we go.
Why is it wrong?
I want to talk to the auctioneer.
You did talk to the auctioneer and you helped him set these prices.
It's completed. It's just the...
Benny. Pills. Chris, what? Chris, I'll call an ambulance. Find the pills and bring them back.
Chris is enmeshed in a web of lies. And that's important. I need him to feel like there's only one way out when he's told to commit murder. My name is Darren Brown, and the question we're considering is simple. Can we be manipulated through social pressure to commit murder?
70 people coming in here. They can't see this. Take them by the knees.
70 actors will be playing out a meticulously planned and rehearsed scenario to manipulate this man, who has no idea he's being filmed.
Come on, guys. What are we going to do? He's a millionaire. He's going to make sure you go to jail.
This show is about how readily we hand over authorship of our lives every day.
Just give him one big push.
Can social compliance be used to make someone push a living, breathing human being to their death? Welcome to The Push.
And I would rate this, I'd rate this a 10 out of 10 also, because it's very interesting, very entertaining, and it's very different too. It's not like other shows. And it's just one episode, it's not a show, I guess. It's like
a real thing?
Yeah, it's like a real...
So they actually try to get somebody to kill someone?
Yeah, but they actually tried to get somebody to kill somebody, but it's the person that they would have killed is safe. They try to get somebody to push somebody off a building, but the person's attached to ropes. They just see if that person will do it, but the person that's gonna do it doesn't know that they... You just need to watch it.
It's so good.
I've never watched it.
It's really interesting. I love that show. Yeah.
Keep on rocking in the real world. Do 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 do.
All right, so that's it for 2-3 Reviews. Thank you for watching. I'm Chase Shirts. See you later, peeps.
Thanks, Chase. So many good movies and shows to keep us entertained during this time.
Definitely, but it's too bad it wasn't the Orcas team entertaining us. Let's hear from Finn Haight with a member of Orcas.
Hello BHS, I'm Finn Haight, and I'm here with an episode of People of BHS. Today I'm interviewing Tessa Corlaggio from Orcas. Tessa, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So Tessa, I heard that recently you were supposed to have a dance festival, but that was canceled due to coronavirus. Can you tell me a little bit what that festival was supposed to be like and maybe how it felt when it got canceled?
Yeah, so the Barrington Orcas Dance Company auditioned a piece in February, which we picked from our fall show, which was choreographed by me. We auditioned it, and it qualified based off a bunch of different categories from those judges. The festival was supposed to be day-long master classes, basically with some professional choreographers from the area, and then we were supposed to perform in the showcase with about 12 other schools that qualified for the festival.
Oh, well, that's really great that you choreographed that winning dance, but again, it's really unfortunate that it didn't work out. Can you tell me, aside from the festival and I guess quarantine, what does the typical year in Orcas look like?
Yeah, so Orcas usually goes year-round. We start in the spring with auditions in May, and then that carries us through summer, where we come back at the beginning of the school year and we are creating and setting the homecoming piece, which everyone sees at the pep rally the Friday before homecoming. Usually in the fall after that, we're learning dances and rehearsing them for our fall show, which takes place in late October. And then after that, we have professional choreographers and dancers come in from the Giordano Dance Company in Chicago. They set pieces, and then a bunch of other schools and studios come to the high school for the Giordano Dance Project show in January. And then after that, we're back to learning pieces and setting pieces for our spring show, which was supposed to take place about 2 weeks into quarantine.
That's really interesting. And do you think you can tell me a little bit more about that audition process?
Yeah, so basically our artistic director, Nancy Cresswell, sends out applications asking you a little bit about your dance experience and why you want to be on Orcas. And there's usually a set date in the studio that happens where we learn variations that go across the floor, and then we learn short little combos which the judges decide off of.
Well, Tessa, this has been great. Thank you so much for coming on the show. As always, stay safe with quarantine and everything going on.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Awesome. All right, well, see you later.
Such a bummer that we're missing out on so many great things.
Yeah, but there's still good things coming out of these hard times. Let's take a look at On the Bright Side with Liv Elias.
Oh, hey there, Barrington. It's Liv Elias, and welcome back to another episode of On the Bright Side. Our first story on the Bright Side is about rapper Eminem, who donated cups of mom spaghetti to healthcare workers all over Detroit in reference to his song, Lose Yourself. For this next story, the original cast of Parks and Rec reunited for a 30-minute episode and raised over $3 million for the COVID-19 crisis.
Once we all said goodbye. This is a long song. Shut up, Ben! You take a run and leap and you learn to fly.
Even though New York is one of the hardest hit areas by the coronavirus in the United States, on Monday they were given something to smile about. A perfect rainbow formed over the Hudson River, end to end. Isn't that crazy? Now, our next story is a bit more local. If you've ever been to the Francesca's in downtown Barrington, you will know how great their food is. Now, not only is their food great, but the people who work there are pretty sweet too. Francesca's prepared and donated a bunch of meals to local healthcare workers. Let's send it over to Andrew to learn a bit more about it.
So our
assistant general manager, Sarah Schumann, was recently going through Facebook and social media and seeing all these people donating to fire departments, hospitals, police stations, and we wanted to be a part of that. We wanted to give back to the community as we receive so much love and support from the community that we serve. So we contacted Good Shepherd Hospital, and there was a very, very great process to work with them. Wonderful people, patient, really easy. We just picked a date, a time, what we wanted to serve, and how many we needed to serve for them. We put it together. 40 different chicken dishes, was able to drop it off and send them on our way with their food, and hopefully that everybody enjoyed the dinners that we prepared for them.
For our last bit of good news, animal shelters across the U.S. are clearing out as people are adopting pets during this crazy time. It's so great to see all these pets finding a forever home. All right, Barrington, now that you're on the bright side, I don't know what day it is anymore, and we're all still dying of boredom. Let's send it back to the acres. I need to put a hoodie back on. Keeping positive, with the new mask mandate, you can make a mask to match with every outfit.
Let's send it over to Annie to teach us how.
Hey BHS, welcome back to TIFO Time, with me, Annie TIFO. During a time of quarantine, we can have a lot of new opportunities to learn some new hobbies. Maybe playing an instrument, or painting, or making a craft, or we can even sew, which is what I'm going to be trying to do today. As of May 1st, everyone will be required to wear a mask when they go out. And in times like these, masks can be very hard to get, especially when they are in such a high demand. So if you're like me and don't have a mask, I would definitely recommend getting one, even if you have to make it. So today, I brought a variety of different materials with me to attempt to make my own mask. The materials I had with me included a t-shirt, hairbands, scissors, needles, thread, and a ruler. First, I laid out my t-shirt to measure where I wanted to cut. I left some room in case I made a mistake and had to measure my face before this, just so I could cover my mouth and my nose. I finally decided on 10 inches by 4.5, and then I began to cut out my pieces. So I've cut my 2 separate pieces of cloth, and it took quite a while because my scissors are pretty dull. But now all I have to do is sew them together. I have some black thread that I just found lying around, and a needle. It's bent, but it will do. Then I began to sew along the edge of the fabric to make it 2 pieces thick. If you have a sewing machine, it would definitely be worth using. And as I finished up my last stitches, I decided to inside it out in order to hide the black thread. Here I finished up my square and was able to sew it up where I insided it out. So my next and final step was to sew on 2 hairbands so I could put the mask on. I wrapped the cloth around the hairband and sewed along that cloth. So now all I have to do is go through the same process of threading the needle and sewing the sides. Luckily, I don't have to sew all 4 sides, even though sewing all 4 sides didn't even take that long. Now I've officially sewed up one side. I went over it twice to make it more secure, and it made it look nicer. So finally, all I have to do is set up the next hairband and repeat. So with that last hairband, I finally finished making my mask. This whole process probably only took me an hour to an hour and a half. But I could see myself doing it in 30 minutes again. If you don't have a mask, or somebody in your household doesn't have a mask, I would definitely recommend making one. And if you really enjoy making masks, you can always make some to donate. Of course, before you go to donate, I would figure out if they have any restrictions or guidelines to make a proper mask for proper safety. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Always remember to wear your mask, and see you next time on TIFO Time with me, Annie TIFO.
Thanks, Annie.
With all this extra time, our pets are loving the extra attention. Let's take a look at a segment from Anna Hawk and her dog Louie.
Standing in the middle of nowhere, wondering how to begin. Lost between tomorrow and yesterday, between now and then. And now we're back where we started. Here we go around again. Day after day I get up and I say I better do it again.
Looks like Louis is having a great time in quarantine.
Well, that's all we have for this week, BHS.
As always, thanks for watching and stay healthy, Barrington.